you for tuning in to the Manifest Wellness Podcast. I am your host, Leema Pasha, Executive Wellness Coach and Business Consultant. I help women business owners and professionals manifest wellness by teaching them how to go from drained to reclaimed. I am so excited today because I have a special guest with me. I am so happy today to bring to you my sister, Zarinah Pasha, who trained and earned her yoga instructor certification at Kashi Ashram in Atlanta, Georgia. Her current focus is Smai Tawi, Comedic Yoga. Zarinah is going to share fundamental breathing exercises that can help you significantly improve your wellness. You can follow along and practice these restorative techniques with us in a few moments. But before we dive in, Zarinah is going to tell us a little bit more about Smai Tawi Kinetic Yoga. Please share with us. I'm just so excited and inspired to hear more and to continue to practice these restorative techniques. Welcome, Zarinah.
Thank you so much, Leema, for having me here on the web podcast. I am delighted to be here. Yes, just going into more detail about Smai Tai. It's ancient Kemetic Yoga. This is the yoga practiced by the ancient Kemetic people of Northern Africa in the land that is currently known today as Ethiopia, Tanzania. The ancient Kemetic people are the originators of the yogic tradition, where other cultures actually derive their practices from the ancient Kemetic teachings of metaphysical, spiritual, and physical practices that lead to self-discipline and self-control that eventually envelop you into a full-on spiritual enlightenment. So part of that is the breath work exercising, and breathing is so important within the ancient Kemetic tradition because it helps distribute the life force energy throughout the body and assists in spiritual vitalization.
That is beautiful. Zarinah, I wanted to ask you, according to ancient Kemetic yoga tradition, what is the relationship between breathing exercises and overall wellness?
So again, as I just mentioned, for sure, breathing is so fundamental to our life. It really controls our life force energy. Taking in the breath and the out breath distributes that life force energy within the body and keeps all of the systems in functioning as they should.
Mm-hmm.
And also, in addition to that, I wanted to add is ancient sages and mystics alike believe that we all come into this world with an allotment of breaths. So if you just think about that for a moment, you will be able to understand the relationship between your breath and living the full expression of your life. So breathing deeply and fully is essentially the way to live a full and deep life.
That's beautiful and so encouraging, Zarinah. And I know one of the practices that we're going to do today is diaphragmatic breathing. Can you tell me what are the known benefits of diaphragmatic breathing?
So diaphragmatic breathing is the fundamental breathing practice that prepares you for more advanced breathing practices. If you are able to nail this practice, you'll ensure that your body has the oxygen-rich environment it needs to function properly.
That's beautiful. Another practice that we're going to do today is reverse nostril breathing. Zarinah, can you tell me a little bit about the benefits of reverse nostril breathing?
Yes, for sure, Leema. So reverse nostril breathing, I just love it because it is the practice that helps you balance the left and the right side of your body. And that is the masculine and feminine energies within the body. And this will assist in mental, physical, and overall wellness just by sort of nailing and really being able to master this practice of energy balance and flow.
That is so critical. And I'm looking forward to continuing these practices with you. So everyone who's tuned in, get ready, get comfortable, and practice with us. Zarinah is going to guide us through diaphragmatic breathing.
Okay. First, everyone, what we're going to do is we're going to test to see if we're backwards breathers. So the proper way to breathe is on the inhale, your belly is expanding, you're taking oxygen in through your nose, you're seeing your chest expand and your belly expand. And on the exhale, you're seeing your belly contract and your chest lightly contract as oxygen leaves your nose. So we're going to test to see if we're backwards breathers, because many of us are. Just over time, this imbalance has developed. If you're in sort of a fight or flight response mode that we can get in oftentimes, you'll find that over time your breathing will become reversed. So on the inhale, you're actually taking your belly is contracting, and on the exhale, your belly is expanding. So let's just test to see if we're backwards breathers and acknowledge that. So first, you just keep your spine long, your chest is lifted, your heart is open, and you're going to put your right hand over your chest and your left hand over your navel point. And just breathe normally. Your feet should be firmly rooted on the floor. Again, keeping your spine erect. If you're feeling your belly expand as you're taking in oxygen and your belly contract as you're exhaling, you're good. If the inverse is happening, then that's just something for us to work on and resolve. So let's go ahead and get started with the actual diaphragmatic breath. Now that we've identified and can understand if we're backwards breathers, we know now is the time to correct that in order to fully experience life, in order to fully allow the life force energy to flow through us. So again, check your posture. Just ensure that your feet are rooted on the floor, on the earth. Your spine is long and erect. Your chest is lifted. Your heart is remaining open. Put your right hand over your chest and your left hand over your navel point. And take a long, deep inhale. You should feel your belly expanding, your chest opening. And as you're breathing, as you're practicing breath work, you're always ensuring that you're breathing through your nostrils. On the inhale, long, deep breath. On the exhale, contracting your belly, forcing air out of your lungs. On the inhale, let's hold this inhale for 3 seconds. Belly expanded, chest lifted, open, expanded. Hold, contract on the exhale. Belly contracts, chest contracts. Continue that inflow and outflow breath. Imagining that your breath is the light that connects you to source. It's what's sustaining you and filling you up and allowing you to perform. It sustains you at night when you sleep. Inhale again. Maybe this time your belly is more expanded and your chest is more expanded. You've taken in more oxygen. You're holding longer. You're focusing on your breath. Now the belly is contracting, long, deep. Holding. So with the diaphragmatic breath, you can practice this all day, every day. It's recommended that you practice between 3 and 11 minutes on a daily basis, as often as possible. So hopefully you've kind of put yourself in that calm space where you're focusing on your breath. And Leema, if you don't mind, we're going to go ahead and move into the alternate nostril breathing practice.
Yes.
Okay.
Feel more relaxed and in tune already.
Good. So again, alternate nostril breathing aids in the balancing of the masculine and feminine energy flow in the body. Typically, we breathe dominantly through the nostrils for 2 hours on one side, and then we alternate 2 hours on the other side. That's the natural rhythm. The masculine energy flow is the right side nasal flow. And that's the sun energy. It's fiery, it's dynamic, it's strong, it's powerful, it can be aggressive. The left nasal flow energy is feminine. That is the moon energy. That is equated to the moon energy. And this is very nurturing, very inward, very stabilizing, very cooling. So what can happen is the energy centers in your body, the left and right, masculine, feminine, can become blocked. Where for 2 hours you may be stuck on that right side, masculine flow energy. And same can happen with the feminine flow energy. What you'll notice if you're having those imbalance where you're not alternating every 2 hours is that if you're stuck on the feminine side, you may feel like you're not taking up for yourself. You may feel low energy, like you just want to relax. If your energy flow is blocked and stuck on the masculine side, then that leads to hyperaggression. You're not able to kind of calm down and become in tune. And this over time actually leads to dis-ease. So it's very important and critical that we balance the left and right side energy flow. So the way to do this is through the alternate nostril breathing practice. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. In order to get started, what we're first going to do is place your thumb over the right side of your nostril. Just breathe in. And breathe out. So as you're covering your right side, you're breathing in and out through your left nostril. Okay, now we're going to alternate. You can take your middle finger if you're comfortable with that, your first two fingers, or your last two fingers are curled under. Close off the left side. Inhaling and exhaling through the right side. And now, what we're going to do is actually inhale. You're going to cover with your thumb your right side. And you're going to inhale through your left side. Cover your left nostril. And exhale through your right nostril. So you're taking the inhale on one side. And the exhale on the other side. Focusing on your breath, keeping your posture, your spine long, and your chest lifted. Again, you're covering your left nostril. You're inhaling through your right nostril. Exhale through your right nostril. Cover your right nostril. Inhale. Exhale through your left nostril. All the while focusing on your breath. So this practice is also best experienced, I would say, between 3 to 11 minutes at a time, and as often and as frequent as possible. If you're noticing you're feeling a little out of sorts, a little stressed, this is always a practice you can go back to balance the energy flow, to ground yourself, to go back to the breath.
I wanted to say thank you so much to everyone who tuned in today to the Manifest Wellness Podcast. We focus on manifesting wellness with gratitude, visualization, and community. Subscribe now for new content every Saturday. Follow me on Facebook at Leema Pasha MBA for updates and to schedule a strategy session related to your wellness and business or professional growth.